Now, our next guest, at the age of 14, set up a charity to help fund his autistic nephew Hugo's behavioural therapy sessions.
In the 4 years since, the charity's gone on to help many other families with the financial cost of having a child on the autism spectrum. And the founder of Lend a Hand to Hugo, Luke Williams, joins us now. Luke, good morning. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Tell us about Hugo.
Yeah, so Hugo's my 8-year-old nephew. He was diagnosed with autism at the age of just 2 years old. Essentially, Lend a Hand to Hugo is a registered charity, and what we strive to do is to ease mental and financial strains for families with children on the autism spectrum. Our work extends to advocating for acceptance and understanding for people with different backgrounds and different disabilities as well.
How big was the financial strain and is the financial strain on Hugo's parents?
I guess the story goes that initially Hugo was recommended 20 hours of therapy per week. Therapy can range between $50 to $200 per hour, and he was required 20 sessions per week, but was only receiving 8. So initially the charity was set up in support of Hugo, in aid of Hugo. And since then, I've been really proud that we've been able to financially benefit more and more families as we go down the line, but also demonstrate our key inclusive messages, and also put emphasis on extinguishing derogatory language and just checking the way that we speak about disability as well.
Yeah, it's a really interesting thing and a complex one too, isn't it? Because you want to give the kids as much support as you can, as you say, and some argue that ABA, which is the therapy that Hugo got, can be very beneficial for them. But at the same time, as you say, you want that inclusiveness and that understanding in the neurotypical community to actually change their thinking. At the same time as you're trying to change the child with the therapy. You see what I mean? It's a really complicated thing. Give them help, but not ever make them feel like they're the ones who have to make all the change.
Yeah, that's right, and exactly right. And that's one thing that we've really put emphasis on is working with schools groups, and in particularly in sporting clubs where the stigma's high and there's not a lot of understanding unless you have a direct link, a brother or a sister or a cousin or whatever that is. So what we want to do is go into schools and sporting clubs and educate people that haven't been educated. And especially in sport, derogatory language is so huge and prolific. So it's all about looking after people's mental health as well. So that's something that we've really been proud to work on.
How do you go about changing, though, well-established behaviour when it comes to derogatory language, stigma in football dressing rooms?
Yeah, I think one thing that we've done really well is worked with athletes at the highest level, but also athletes, grassroots athletes. Ben Brown from North Melbourne has been prolific for us in raising that awareness. But, I can't tell you what you can and can't say, but I can educate you on what these words mean and who they affect. And, part of life is that we forge our own opinions, and but there has to be that understanding, and, we really put emphasis on that.
How's Hugo doing at the moment?
He's really well. We've been able to boost his hours of therapy, but he's now in full mainstream school, unaided at times, aided in certain periods, but he's a bit of a celebrity down home in Hobart and at school, so it's really amazing. And one day I hope that Hugo can get on shows like this with me and speak about autism himself.
Fantastic.
We look forward to it when the time's right.
Look, great to meet you. Good luck. Thanks so much.